Welcome to Tone Talks. Welcome to Tone Talks. Welcome to Tone Talks. So this is Antonio Moore coming to you from Tone Talks. Looking forward to having a discussion today about Kanye West and what I call the death of the decadent veil. I believe black celebrity is on its last leg, not its first. You know, for far too long, post the Telecom Act of '96, I won't get too many details, but Bill Clinton passed this Telecom Act, and it led to the consolidation of radio. And with that, black celebrity just stuck around like a time machine. So unlike having a cyclical kind of resurgence of new celebrities every 5 to 10 years, we ended up with Diddy for 2 decades, if not 3, really. 50 Cent for 20 years. We ended up loving Tupac for too long after his own death. We ended up reverse casted, half crazed, stuck on what I call empowerment porn. No one encapsulates empowerment porn better than Kanye West. Kanye West was, to the nerdy black person, their superhero second ego. He was their boisterous self that they were too scared to be in their own lives. Can we talk? Y'all read it today, but y'all got me looking at this man, this fragile human being. And I don't know what y'all been seeing, but I'm about to break it all down. Because I feel that black folks reverse casted, meaning your down is up, your up is down. You love the drug dealing high school dropout and tell me, don't be critical after law school and passing the bar. Don't say nothing. Shh, he billionaire. You don't know where the liquor warehouse is at. Hove don't know. But what Kanye represents is the collapse of the black celebrity, not the ascension. What we've seen over the last few days and few weeks is a Kanye ranting into the darkness, making anti-Semitic remarks, talking crazy about wealth, mad about a wife that done left him some time ago from the day they was married, possibly. And Kanye out here with a Balenciaga mouth guard got y'all confused. What I believe we're upon, and again, the Decadent Veil is a piece that I wrote, we'll go through that in a second, in 2014 on the Huffington Post, and I was saying that all black celebrity is a cover for black folks. So they built black celebrity as a part of the Nixonian black capitalism to give you a false idea of our arrival, because without that, you would have to be black, Adolf's black. But with that black celebrity, you feel like a superhero. You feel like you have a chance despite you not having no chances. You can drive your Uber without really being in the car because you Kanye too. The problem is Kanye ain't Kanye. Huh? Can we get to it? So now you got calls because as Kanye falls apart, he's screaming out things that white folks ain't got no time for. From racism with George Floyd to anti-Semitic remarks, he's screaming out into the darkness, don't look to me to be your hero, because I don't even know how to walk myself. But yet you still call him genius. I want to talk about it today, but before we get into it, please press the bell, subscribe, share this video. We're going to have this discussion. The call-in is going to be 310-388-3499. Please call in to get a piece of this show. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from those people that are out there that want to talk about this thing, because we about to get deep into it. But as we get deep into it, we're going to go through some articles here. Everybody's calling for Kanye to basically, for Adidas to drop Kanye. Boycott Adidas is trending on Twitter after a video emerged of Kanye West saying, I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Part of what has happened is that the black celebrity has not only covered up black folks, but it's exposed a lie about black folks. We ain't talking about no anti-Semitic remarks in our houses, but to white folks we are, because y'all let Kanye be your voice. We don't even think about this stuff. We don't even have access to having an agent or anything else, all the stuff he's talking about. How about he just make that amongst him and Jay-Z? Him, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. Huh. But you can't get far talking about him, Jay-Z, and Beyonce because his business, as he said on the interview with the Drink Champs on Revolt TV, that said they wasn't supporting him, but then supporting him by putting it on, that his business is selling that he gonna bring the underserved out. Kanye, the man we saw on the Netflix thing, the little man, the little boy, searching for a Pinocchio. Let's call him who he is, Pinocchio Ye. Pinocchio Ye found his princess in this lady, but she wasn't no princess. And what you see is a man that seeks out pain, but you also see a decadent veil that don't know how to be decadent. You guys have took degenerate and made it decadent. It is the degenerate veil, but y'all made it the decadent veil and tell me to actually aspire to this when I go to talk to them and I find out they don't read. And it ain't just Kanye. We'll talk about that. Y'all got heroes. I cut down heroes. Y'all told me this man is a genius. Maybe you can tell me why. You can tell me how. You got Charlemagne and T.I. meeting with Tim Scott because of Nipsey with the opportunity zones. Trump. Just meeting with Trump. You got the thing going on with Killer Mike and everybody on the internet because he met with Kim. You got Kanye in the White House with Trump, screaming and hollering just like a college dropout. And y'all want me to see this man as a genius because you do. Levels. I want everybody to understand there's no genius here, only craze. I want you to look to your children if they're in the room with you. I want you to look at your wife tonight if she gets home from work and understand your life is 100 times better than his. Let's go back. I know it's hard to accept, but this is his wife or his former wife or whatever. Take from it what you will. This man is a representation of the death of the decadent veil as these people, these folks, these motherfuckers who don't play, is calling for his demise, rightfully so. They are calling for him to fail in a way that Black America was supposed to call for the last 5 years. Thank you for finally doing what Black folks should have done 5 years ago. End Kanye West. End the decadent veil. It is my belief that in 96, when the Telecom Act passes and we consolidate radio, leading to Puff Daddy being here for the next 30 years, it led to Black folks being in a time machine. Y'all might as well go on and put on some MC Hammer pants. Y'all might as well go and put some MC Hammer pants on and a Tupac bandana and dance around your house because you are stuck in 96. I ain't though. Can we talk? So Hollywood Talent Agency, CAA, cuts ties with Kanye West after anti-Semitic tirade. The fallout facing the rapper, formerly known as Kanye West, has continued to grow as one of Hollywood's biggest agencies stopped representing him. CAA ended its relationship with Ye this month following his recent anti-Semitic outbursts in recent interviews, according to a person with knowledge of the situation who is not authorized to speak publicly. I want y'all to understand what that means. That means that he got finished. Don't be surprised. I ain't wishing it on the man. I don't wish it on nobody. But if Kanye come up dead in the next few weeks or months, because he falling apart. I hope somebody can get to this man and help him out because he is falling apart. Let's go back and look at the picture so that we are clear on what I am saying. This is a man calling out for help. So a man that's calling out for help is genius to you. So a special ed journalist is genius to you for asking this man questions. Understand how disrespectful, how ignorant it is to put this man on the stage after anti-Semitic and racist remarks, but put this man on the stage and get him liquored up so he can answer questions. It's wrong. And y'all championed that interview. Can we talk? Can we talk about it? I need to talk about this. We got this is Hero Grayson with the lion. You know when they put lions in their avatar, this day Hero. I cut down heroes, Grayson. I'm gonna grow you up right now. I'm gonna grow you up and all y'all little backpack kids and little black nerds that went to college and still want to be cool. He was never cool. He was Kanye. But what happened is that Black America needed a decadent veil because their lives was bad. But the thing that made their life bad was a child that loved them and a wife that loved them, and that they weren't heroes to themselves. They gave you the decadent veil so you keep buying things. But now they know they don't have to have a veil, you just keep buying things. So they're going to kill off the veil and you just keep buying them things. You are so confused that you don't even have a home. You don't have an eye. And so Kanye West and what's happening right now is that the decadent veil that covers black wealth, the lack thereof, is dying. I believe that what you're seeing right now is just him realizing you ain't nobody. We've been done told you. We just here to exact the price now. Kanye West, who just opened a school, says he doesn't read any books. Rapper compares the act of reading to eating Brussels sprouts, which for the record are pretty tasty and good for you. Kanye West says he is still not a fan of books. All books. Dr. Seuss, Malcolm Gladwell, encyclopedias, diction, all books. He ain't no fan of none of them. Despite having recently launched a mysterious private school called Donda Academy, I covered that last week, opened it in Simi Valley. You know, the Simi Valley that's like 1% black, the Simi Valley that they moved the Rodney King trial to avoid a guilty verdict. In fact, he just doubled down a refrain he has previously made through the years that he hasn't read any book. He even went as far as to liken reading to eating Brussels sprouts. So your genius is somebody that ain't never read a book. You don't have a genius. You reverse cast it. He even went as far as to liken reading to eating Brussels sprouts, which for the record can be pretty tasty and healthy. His comments came during an appearance on the Aloe Yoga podcast, also Aloe Mindful. During the chat with Aloe Yoga CEO and co-founder Danny Harris, West commented on Harris' reference to a book. When you said I hadn't read this book, I actually haven't read any book, he said. Reading is like eating Brussels sprouts. 310-388-3499 to call in. His apparent long-standing refusal to read is an especially odd choice given his new venture into education with Donda Academy in Simi Valley. So again, the decadent veil is on its last leg. I hope y'all got enough verses and all that. These 73-year-old celebrities, these 60-year-olds, they on their way out. So you're going to have to start loving yourself and your family. I hope you got enough anchors in your personality for that to be enough for you. When you look around at your life right now, it might have to be enough for you. We're about to go through a recession we didn't create. We're about to deal with the realities of there not being cars due to shortages. We're about to deal with the reality of our lineage because we're not going to get inheritance. You got to be able to love yourself. For too long, you have taken black celebrities that they themselves don't love themselves and elevated them. And in elevating them, you created your own craze. I just need to talk about it. Jay Service said bring the truth, so I'm going to bring the truth. Finish Kanye West documentary shelved by MRC. They shutting this boy down. This young man. We cannot support any content that amplifies his platform. He finished. But I need you to understand that it ain't just him. He is a beacon for the rest of what's happened, a flashpoint for the rest of what's going to happen, like dominoes for the rest of these black celebrities. They don't really need these people. They've been done Kanye music 20 years old, 15 and 20 years old. Just telling you. You remember when Michael Jackson was old? That's Kanye West and Jay-Z. You just don't want to let it go. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Chicago, Tom.
Oh, tell us something look, before you get into your point. Where did Kanye West grow up? Everybody don't understand. Give me some background on Kanye if you have any. If you don't, you don't. Go ahead.
Actually, I don't. I just know he grew up on the south side of Chicago. Uh, Prior to the death of his mom, he seemed to have a little bit more sense. This guy that flew off the edge, Tom.
Mm.
And the problem with him going off the edge is he's taking a lot of people with him, man, including just common people like ourselves, because people continue to want to try to support this madness.
Come on.
Not realizing that, man, listen, Tom, in all honesty, working a job, I've been working, man, I'm 60 years old, and I've been working for a long time. I've always worked. Had a job, started driving trucks in 1985. You couldn't have told me that I was not middle class until upon the recommendation by you to read the book called Drinking Orders. There's too many of us, man, that are too willing to lie to ourselves, man. And we lie to our friends and family and other people as if we're doing good.
Can I give you an example?
And man,
Can I give you an example of that? Look, I want to give you an example.
Please,
Let me give you an example. How many of y'all done rented a car for your brother or sister because they credit bad? That don't make no sense. You doing stuff out here in the world that don't make no sense. What you mean, Tom? The enterprise or Hertz don't want to rent them a car because they not a good risk. So what you're gonna do is risk your whole life because they gotta go on a trip. You have set up your world where you don't understand the basic tenets of things. Things go with things. We out here with a whole household of 605s and don't know the average FICO is a 698. We out here giving $100 again, like we said on the last show, to grandmama who lived during the best economic era in possibly in Black American history, while listening to Tupac, while white folks is out here waiting on inheritance and done left in sync in the background. We have not moved past 96. We have not understood the cost of blackness. We are sitting here with this man talking about he's genius when everything he say is crazy. Go ahead, Calvin.
Hey, man, you just kind of hit the thing out the park. But the bottom line is and a lot of the things I'm referencing are just things that I've learned since I started listening to you and Yvette. Again, I've been a man that's been working all my life, but I never knew that number, man. I never knew the number to access middle class, not live middle class, to access middle class. Need about what, 750,000 and one?
Let's put it let's put it simpler. To be in the top half of America, understand that they usually break it into the bottom 90. The next group is the top 9.9 and the 0.1. To just be in the bottom half, your family need to be worth about $200,000. 200,000 is a normal number for your family to be worth. $200,000, it puts you in the bottom half of America that has less than 2% of the wealth. You're not supposed to have an American family and not have some savings. But you don't know because you love him. What you mean? Why is it his fault? Because what they've done is an optical illusion. Your identity is framed by television and media, not your daily life. So you go through your life and you drive Uber, but you're a superhero because you think about Kanye while you play the music. You don't even know they done programmed you. They done programmed you to not even love yourself enough to say, I don't want to drive Uber because it shouldn't exist. Go ahead, call it.
Hey, Tone, I just want to say one other thing. Notice how they show white middle class families on television
Come on.
and how they show us black families on television. They just constantly keep us strapped.
Mm.
They never show, like, since good time, there has not been a show that gives an accurate picture, that gives an accurate account of black life in this country. We get off the cliff. We're not falling. And the worst part about it, we think we're doing okay. And this is why people like you and Yvette cannot gain any ground, because nobody is willing to be honest with their damn self. They think they're okay. And man, if this thing, man, that we are doing with this Adidas Foundation, all of the information that you're sharing, we done in this country.
Come
They're
on.
burying us. We finished, man, and it hurts, man, because I know the truth. And no matter how many people that I try to tell, they'll still look at me like, oh man, you can give them information, and they still think they have a chance.
Before I let you go, look, caller, I got an example. Somebody in the chat said why Uber shouldn't exist. Shout out to you. I'll explain. Uber is not a job. It don't even pay you. It's just giving you a way to liquidate the very car you're driving. We've went through that in the show. I'm not going to do a long extent. It is an exploitation of you as somebody who don't have no opportunity. So every drive you get, you take a little piece of your car. Just imagine like the door knob, you sell that, and then you sell the lug nut, and then you sell the thing that hold the hood up. If you could visualize that, that's what you're doing every time you drive Uber. And they didn't explain it to you or nothing else. It should not exist because it don't make you no money. Caller, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much. I got a whole queue.
Oh, I'll say one other thing.
Go ahead.
Politics or die.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so
woo-wee. A lot of this is built on aspiration. It's built on wild thinking. We don't understand. We don't know nothing. We done been tricked. We think that this thing is gonna last for us. But that's because they gave us Kanye. Brands are starting to distance themselves from Kanye West. Again, this show is about the way that what I call the decadent veil of black celebrity that covers up black wealthlessness, lack of wealth, is dying. And so what you're going to be left with is like over the next 5 to 10 years, they're going to show you what your family is. And you're going to have to be clear. They're going to take away your celebrities that never should exist in no way. And they're going to say, just survive. I don't know, figure it out. Ye is in the cold after a number of brands and companies have severed ties with the Donda 2 artists. On Monday, Creative Artist Agency and MRC Entertainment announced that they have dropped the artist formerly known as Kanye West as a client, citing his recent anti-Semitic remarks. MRC studio executive Modi Witch, Alcy Shatov, and Scott Tinley also shared a memo explaining this. And they're not putting out the documentary. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, hi, Tony.
Yes, you're here. Give me your take on this.
Hi. So first off, pleasure to be on the show. Very appreciative for you doing what you do. My take on it, like you said, the decadent veil has finally been unraveled, and for too many years have black people been living behind this image of them thinking that they're middle class, and these days a lot of people think that they're upper class, when in reality they are not. So part of the problem is that the African American community in America, specifically ADOS, is the only one that allows people like rappers and these celebrities to talk on issues in their community, when in reality they don't know much of the issues that are happening. So take, for example, whenever there's a problem in the black community, they always call on people like Jay-Z to help solve it. To me, that does not make any sense. I mean, okay, Jay-Z might be a rapper, but I'm not going to look to him as this example of how to solve the problem in the black community. So, like you said, I mean, the decadent deal has been unraveled, that people have been living behind for many years.
Come on. And I'm what I'm focused in on with this show, and I'm gonna ask you, Adidas gonna drop Kanye? What you think? Because I believe they are. They're gonna be forced to. I mean, they got a lot of product and they don't know what to do with all these rubberized shoes. Y'all still out here buying the Shrek shoes that Kanye be selling, the ones with the lumps, the lumpy shoes, but they ain't got and understand I got a GIF on the screen to show you what happiness look like because all y'all want to be like a billionaire. So this man came to enjoy a show and he ain't got no connection with this woman and she filming him and he's trying to see the camera, trying to ignore her, and y'all telling me that this man made it. I ain't stopping the loop, see, Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle said stop. I ain't stopping the loop.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the idea of them dropping Kanye West, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure of it because, like you said, a lot of these contracts that these rappers get, where it's like it's a quote unquote partnership, is not exactly that. I mean, even Jay-Z's deal, like you said, it was a partnership like 100 million or something like that. He does not even know where the liquor is. So I mean, truth be told, his deal could just be something that waters it down, where we're made to believe that it's something significant when in reality it isn't. I mean, I was shocked yesterday, like when the other day when you had the show where, like you said, Jay-Z does not even know where the liquor is, but it's a partnership. I mean, I've got friends that are in business, and everyone that they're partnered with, they ask for their partner's books and look through therapy. So, I mean, I don't even know if the contract is what it is, truth be told. Like you said, I mean, the Decadent deal makes things look like what they are, look like something it puts on this image of black people being equal players in the corporate game when in reality they're not. They're just people on the sidelines watching what's happening.
Hey man, thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much. Justin Maurice, I apologize. Justin Maurice just said asking why Uber shouldn't exist is equivalent to not understand why payday lenders and fringe finance service should be proliferated throughout the black community. But what we're looking at is a reverse casting. People don't understand like basics of like economics. They're saying that literally I was not taught what's good and bad, from gambling to taking advantage of people with them tax loans. All of that's good business to them. Come on, I'm just telling you. People are out here exploiting other black folks, and that's the lowest form of business, and they don't even know. Can we talk? Somebody up here says, so I won't get to Joe Jones. I wasn't going to let you run off, JoJo. JoJo, come here. Joe, come here. So let me stop messing around. So Joe said, hell no, Adidas ain't going to get rid of Kanye. Ain't this empowerment porn? They ain't going to get rid of Kanye, Tone. Do you understand that they will throw them lumpy shoes away? They will put them in Ross and Marshalls and move on. They will slap somebody else's name on them shoes. I think y'all believe in heroes. They will get rid of this Thundercat, this He-Man that y'all done made. Maybe you don't understand. We're on the edge of it. That's why I said the death of the Decadent Veil. Too many of y'all wanted to have your picture taken this way. You wish for failure. You dream for failure. You got a wife in front of you that love you and will make you sweet potato pie, and you wishing to be this man. Look at it. Can we talk? Just wild ego, bravado, using black politics as a commercial product. What you talking about, Tone? What are you saying? Hold on. Let me show you what I'm saying.
Bernard Arnault had a Louis Vuitton say he didn't understand why he needed to take a meeting with me. Okay, you don't understand why you need to take a meeting with Kanye West? I'm going to show you why you need to take a meeting with Kanye West. Everybody in Atlanta right now at the Louis Vuitton store, if you black, don't go to Louis Vuitton today. That's why you need to take a meeting with Kanye West, Bernard Arnault.
So that's what he's saying. He's saying that he can use black people and boycotting for his own benefit. That's why Louis Vuitton CEO need to meet with him. Y'all are following people that are exploiting you and using ego in place of politics because they ain't that smart no way. Y'all need heroes. He said they gonna take a meal with me because I'll make the blacks stop buying. Blacks ain't got no money no way, so they ain't buying nothing. They ain't buying much of anything anyway. But on top of it, why would they use their boycott for you? Where were you when the homie was doing what they was doing? We was boycotting the movie. You wasn't around. Can we talk about it? Just wild ego bravado using black politics as a commercial product. But it ain't just him. Jay-Z accused of selling out to the NFL. So now Meek Mills is doing this little concert at the game. And then you got Dr. Dre and Mary J can do the Super Bowl and Rihanna. That's what we get. White America has collapsed this ADOS group economically while leaving them not just bottom casted, they're now reverse casted. Meaning our parents were bottom casted. We went through that the last show if you want to have a better explanation. We're reverse casted where we allowed the dropout that went to special ed and that was a drug lord. We praise him because inside of that we can become Jay-Z who meet with the commissioner. Can we talk? Can we get to it? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Tony? This is Trayvon from Baltimore.
Trayvon, I got a question for you. You got talking to the phone. I don't know if you're on the speaker, but here. So yes, last week I went through a show and I talked about how, you got Kanye telling us during the Drink Champs interview that we got to buy Douce from Jay-Z because that's our first step to coming together. So we got to buy liquor.
Like you can say, look at like Jay with the Douce. Right. This is first generational wealth.
The company says it needs all the books and records, the location of all the warehouses. So you don't know where the warehouses, you don't know where the warehouses is at. You in a partnership and don't know where the liquor at. You in a liquor business and don't know where the liquor at. You don't know the address.
It's like the Jewish people, and now we're coming into money, but the main thing is I got to drink the Douce over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together. Community, especially in the music industry, they'll take, in the entertainment period, they'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us.
Coming together. So we got to buy liquor to come together, but not just any liquor, the liquor from a high school dropout that was a drug seller. But okay. But then the guy himself don't know where the warehouses is at. In the documents, Jay-Z's company says it needs all the books and records, the location of all the warehouses storing the barrels. So they've been lying to us? Tell me what you think.
I think it just further exemplifies just how much of mascots these people are instead of real owners.
Can I say something to you?
Hello?
Can I say something to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't own your house, where else you own? Look at this man. You a billionaire and can't get your wife out your face with her camera in her 2 feet from your face. You a billionaire? I know men driving Uber tonight because they ain't got no other way to make money for their family, and they could get their wife to stop doing this in their face. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's completely crazy. I think I like to call it phantom pain. This idea where we don't understand who we are anymore, where we're feeling all the brunt of being black, but without the visceralness that was segregation and lynchings and all the nastiness that came from that. I feel like with this economic strife, it's easier for people to just tuck it away and compartmentalize into like a subconscious lottery. Like, not today, but tomorrow or the next day, I'm getting.
That's the whole con.
You're not seeing that.
Yeah, the whole con. The whole con is to tell a group that is largely collapsed that you can succeed, not just despite of collapse, but because of collapse. So like they're telling you literally that incarceration, dropping out of high school, being in the special education in the classes in the high school, you could take that and make great lemonade juice out of that and sell that back to the world. Don't none of it work that way, but they done socialize y'all into that. And some of y'all need that as heroes. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you one last thing to say.
Yeah, before I called in, I saw something. I glanced over an article from Forbes talking about how the CEO might immediately terminate Kanye because under the clause of like he has a fiduciary responsibility to his shareholders. And I've seen Adidas stop
it's been on the decline for a few years now, but it's been like a steep decline, almost 50%, I think, in the past week because of these comments. And I feel like it's like a perfect storm of just throwing him like right there to throw him under the bus to cover up the Adidas stock decline. But would they be wrong? I mean, the man has said what he said. They wouldn't be wrong to do it.
I can care less. Let me tell you this: wrong, right, or the other. I can care less. You know why I can care less? I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for calling. I can care less because of this. He don't read. I can care less because of this. Kim Kardashian. I can care less because of this. He met with Trump and hollered and screamed. I can care less because he wore the White Lives Matter shirt. Huh. 310-388-3499 if you want to call in. Please support the channel as well. We're having a discussion today about how the Decadent Veil is dying before your eyes. No Versus is going to save these people. Ain't no extra tickets to the E-Bell or the Wiltern. We done. They might as well go on and take all their little wave caps off. 50 Cent wearing his wave cap still. Take all your little pieces off from your show in 2001 because it's about that time. Huh. Kanye West better figure it out. He might be at a local Macy's or whatever. Man, if it happens fast, all this opulent display that they gave us, telling us that these black folks had arrived, is over. It's a new day. And that new day exposes the Decadent Veil. What is the Decadent Veil? You keep saying it, Tone. Well, in 2014, I wrote this piece on the Huffington Post. The Decadent Veil, and it really is Black America's celebrity wealth illusion. I write this piece following the groundwork laid by W.B. Du Bois. The veil he described was a visualization of racial duality. I now undertake the daunting task of clarifying the new veil of economics that has covered the struggles of a generation. In the image, I have Oprah and you got Kobe and you got Beyonce and Jay-Z on the, it was a little cut out down here, and you got Du Bois and you got the veil. Sharing a small section, you go read it for yourself, read the whole piece. The veil created, again, this is 2014. The veil created by mass media, sports organizations, and our own psyche in Black America is one of safety through presentation. It is an inversion of the same model implemented by Dr. Martin Luther King so many years ago, except where Dr. King instilled global empathy by showing images of Bull Connor's disciples, water hosing Black teenagers. Instead, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver hands Black teenagers millions of $1 million deals, and ESPN then projects that as normal image of Black life across the globe, creating apathy for Black America's truly dire financial straits. So you present a little itty bit of Black people on TV, and it multiplies them a millionfold, and it creates an apathy amongst the white folks, because white folks are the dominant numbers in our country, about half. And they have almost all the wealth, and they occupy many of the political seats. So they become apathetic, so you can't do politics. You can't do the kind of politics that causes dramatic transformation because everything's okay. So this all being shown despite there being a prison rate amongst young African-American males that is higher than we have seen in any modern society in history. The Decadent Veil, and you can read the whole piece. So Adidas has all this pressure now. You already seen them dropped by so many different places. Chase, this production company, you see them dropped by so many different things, right? Balenciaga, you might have gone and take that little mouthpiece out, that little Balenciaga mouthpiece he be wearing. I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? As Kanye West taunts. CAA done dropped him. While Balenciaga and JP Morgan Chase have both cut ties with Kanye West after repeated anti-Semitic remarks, West's biggest corporate benefactor, Adidas, is staying markedly silent. But the German sportswear giant may not be able to ignore the controversy for much longer. After Kanye West taunted the company by saying he could be as anti-Semitic as he wanted and still have the retailer support. I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what? Kanye is seen asking a short video clip from October 16th episode of Drink Champs, a hip hop community podcast hosted by Nore. Huh. He can be as anti-Semitic. Okay. Whew. This man got an ego. This college dropout got an ego. Oh, they teaching him. Oh, he about finished. So if this your hero, you might as well pack that toy back up in the plastic. You know how y'all like to play with toys. You know that. Y'all love the toys. And get you some new ones. Because this is over. Because when this starts to happen, you know we're on the end. Group holds signs, does Nazi salute in support of Kanye West's anti-Semitic remarks. For those of y'all that say he didn't ask for that, we go back to this. He been calling for this for 10 years. He been calling out to the same right-wing white folk. Simi Valley is where I'm going to open my school for a decade. And we here now. We are here now where the signs hang and the support comes. Kanye West is right. Demonstrators in Los Angeles are being condemned for publicly supporting anti-Semitic tweets from Kanye West. Photos show a small group of people on an overpass Saturday holding banners out. We need to get to it. West, also known as Ye, said he was sorry for the people he hurt, but that he did not regret his comments. Y'all feel powerful, empowerment porn, because he goes on the show and he says these things. Y'all better worry about your work. Y'all better understand your truth. Y'all better know that this man talked about George Floyd, and that was absolutely wrong what he said. That knee caused George Floyd's death. Believe what you want. True Social CEO said he and Donald Trump like the fact that Kanye West is buying Parler because free speech is necessary. So this is what y'all aligning with. I need y'all to talk about it. Nah, this ain't gonna work like that, Mr. Glass. It ain't gonna be no tours. It ain't gonna be no apologies. We too far along. Y'all might as well get the music together, the hearse. Y'all might as well get ready to line up on the streets. This man is finished. We having this discussion because Kanye West, for a lot of y'all, represents your alter ego. He is the person that you aspired to be in your best self. And you're now finding that your best self ain't nobody at all. Your best self is somebody that is also confused. So if you ain't got no best self, a lot of y'all got a mirror to look at. And because of that, we're seeing the craze come out of you. Tone, you can't attack Kanye. I give two shits. Come on. Tone, you being negative. Ben done said that. This ain't nothing. I've been done told y'all that Kanye West, Jay-Z, Diddy, all this. Diddy go on the Breakfast Club, say that he don't support Kanye, then Kanye on Revolt TV. Y'all remember when Diddy took me off of the Revolt Summit? It's because I don't care. Go find the videos. Yeah, I said some shit. Kanye West's offensive behavior makes corporate partners squirm. The anti-Semitic outbursts and provocations by the artist now known as Ye have raised questions about how much offensive behavior companies are willing to tolerate from proven moneymakers. What's happening now, and this is why I call it the death of the decadent veil, is this will not just be about Kanye West. This will affect Black folks at large. You will be seen through the lens of Kanye because the risk that happened, the craze of it all. Now, it shouldn't be that way, but this is your failure for supporting this man. Black celebrities better watch out. It's bricks being thrown around, and you better pick right. This month, Mr. West, who now goes by Ye, came under fire for making a series of anti-Semitic remarks and wearing a shirt with a slogan associated with white supremacists. White Lives Matter. Put in some of his fashion-related businesses. which appear to be more lucrative these days than his musical ventures, in jeopardy. Putting, let me read it again, some of his fashion-related businesses, Adidas, in jeopardy. It has become a make or break moment for his career and raised questions about how much offensive behavior companies are willing to tolerate from a proven moneymaker. They finna make an example out of this man, and y'all feelings about to get hurt, and they finna gut this Decadent Veil, and a lot of y'all gonna be left with not a lot to hang on to because your black celebrities are your heroes and your anchors. And that's the wrong hero and anchor because it should have been your babies and your wife and your life. Adidas, the German sneaker giant, whose collaboration with Ye's company Yeezy has been estimated to be worth billions, has said that their partnership was under review, prompting the Anti-Defamation League to ask, what more do you need to review? It appeared that Adidas continued to sell its products, though. Ye ended his Yeezy Gap partnership last month before the latest controversies. Oh, okay. Okay. So we ain't going to call on Gap because it's over. Y'all tell me that Kanye got the support of black folks. Y'all tell me that Kanye got the support of black folks. This man is running around with a hat that say 2024. And y'all ain't saying nothing about that. I'd vote for him. You don't know what voting means. You think this man can set up a school or get some pipes running to your house or make sure that government runs well? You got to be crazy. I ain't vote for Trump either because I don't believe he could either. But I know Kanye can. Kanye is a cancerous little thing that runs around and destroys black politics. But y'all believe in him like he a hero. He a genius. He your genius. He ain't mine. You better get out of here. Kanye flops among black voters. Well, I'm just telling you what it is and what it ain't. The rapper mounted, so he wore all that hat, but this is what happened last time. You know, just so we keep tabs, because a lot of people didn't keep tabs on what happened last time. The rapper mounting a bid for the White House drew just 2% of support. Ain't nobody worried about this man. Rapper and former Donald Trump, let me back up, because there's a lot of people that said, oh, he's going to split the vote and he's going to get a strong vote. All right. Rapper and former Donald Trump supporter Kanye West is running for president with the backing of a handful of GOP operatives who are betting he can pull black voters from former Vice President Joe Biden. But Democrats aren't sweating West at this point, and Republicans don't view him as a boon to their cause either. For good reason. In the new Politico Morning Consult poll, West garnered 2% support overall among registered voters, 7 points behind the no opinion vote. His support among African American voters is just as meager, 2%. And Biden's 9-point national lead over Trump is a move with or without bets. He moves nothing. He doesn't count. Y'all can keep looking at this man and act like that hat ain't on. Like he just got a black hat on. Or you could get honest about what that hat screams. What hat you talking about? I'm talking about that 2024 hat. This one, I think it's cut out the image. Oh, I swear. This man is totally gone. And y'all out here believing in these heroes. See that hat, that 2024 that he got on? How long we going to be here? How long before we realize the folly of our ways? I believe that we're on the precipice of the collapse of the black decadent veil of celebrity, and Kanye West is the flashpoint for that collapse. I think his collapse will come very quickly. And for many of you guys, hopefully it's more awakening than collapse yourself. May your identity survive this, because for many of you, your whole identity is Ye and Jay. This is Tone Talks. Please go to tonetalks.org, subscribe or donate, share this video. We out.